In order to fit in as a teen and a young adult, and even into my 40s, I pushed myself to do things that I didn't even enjoy. As a result, I lived with this nervous feeling in my gut. But now, getting closer to God, I've learned to recognize that feeling. It pulls me closer to Him and helps me to rely on His patience and His peace for anything that I'm going through. I was raised by a narcissistic preacher, so I heard about Jesus every Sunday. But the rest of the week, my father very loudly controlled everything. When I left home, I discovered that the world said, make you your priority. Help yourself. Love yourself. Take care of you before anyone else. Self-centeredness and pride cause us to become discouraged and lost, or prideful. Somehow, I seemed to develop all of that. You know, the Bible doesn't say to love yourself. It does say to treat others the way you want them to treat you. And it also says that the greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. It also says that your heart is deceitful, wicked, and in need of healing. Yourself is corrupted by this world. Anyone you speak to will undoubtedly agree that this world is traveling at an unbelievable rate. But what about humanity? We've become satisfied with leaving God out of our lives. For most of my adult life, I stopped going to church altogether. Some people still go on holidays, and some people go every single Sunday. But is it drawing you closer to God? Is it changing your everyday life? How many people do you personally know that have put their self aside and completely devoted their lives to becoming more like Christ? I found myself frustrated, in loss, and in grief, and those were signs from God to look somewhere other than inside myself. What I needed was devotion to God. My pastor explained it in a way that I understood more. Devotion is persistence in giving yourself over to something else. God desires our closeness to Him. Satan's goal is simply to make you look away. Sadly, I never saw my father change. Toward the end of his life, he spoke harshly and angrily at everyone, and my forgiving him gave me the ability to devote my life to God. And it is so freeing to know that I'm an overcomer. I am unique in my identity in Christ, who God created me to be. And when I realized that, that's when the adventure began. I learned to wait on God, expecting, looking, and longing for Him. Pride strengthens yourself. Waiting develops spiritual strength and gives you wisdom, patience, and peace. Your true identity is not yourself. It's who you are rooted in and who you're being shaped into. Only God offers you a foundation of hope, strength, and belonging. You are always under God's hand, so every Ugg day is a hug day.